Welcome to the very first episode of Between Two Saras. I'm Sarah Blitzarves, and to my right is my co-host, Sarah Blitzarves. Tonight we have a wonderful guest for you. I consider her the mother hen of any team, and definitely one of my favourite humans on and off the court. Introducing to you guys for our inaugural Between Two Saras, Jacinta Kennedy, Nee Hamilton. Thanks for coming here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Firstly, I would just like you to tell us a bit about what you've been up to since retiring.
Okay, post-playing career, let me think. Started studying as soon as I finished, just in the last 3 weeks of my last season. I started my Masters of Teaching for primary school. So I've been doing that for 2 years and recently graduated, which is really exciting. So I'm currently looking for work if anyone watching has got any.
We're always up for a plug.
Yeah. So finished that, hanging out with the kids. Our eldest is heading to secondary school next year, so sorting out her orientation for all of that. And otherwise just, following their interests around. Lots of basketball time, but as a spectator these days.
So life just moving forward, onwards and upwards.
Yes, well and truly, yeah.
Is there anything you're missing about playing?
Yes, there is. You?
I didn't pay her to say that either.
No, I miss all the girls very, very much. I've been sitting watching the session this morning, and I miss being competitive and banging bodies and all of that stuff. Yeah, shell drill. I was watching shell drill. I loved shell drill. That was awesome. I miss that very much. But just being around the girls, being in a team environment and pushing myself to be better every day, challenging myself.
Getting the chance to let out stress and elbowing a few people, causing injury.
That was always my style, yeah.
So, apparently your career began in 1998.
Yes.
I was 5 years old.
Okay. Oh, Sarah, that makes me feel so old.
Don't worry, if this makes you feel better,
Yeah.
Christy Harrower's first national team was 1993. And I wasn't even born yet.
Oh,
so
wow.
if that makes you feel better, I bring that up. I bring that up with her all the time. So you, according to good old Wikipedia, you received the nickname Little Awesome.
Oh gosh, yes.
Care to explain?
So my elder sister Lucille played basketball in the National League and with the national team for a little while too. And she had a habit, I'm pretty sure this is how it happened actually, of saying awesome all the time.
Right.
And then being her younger sister and literally following her around like a bad smell all the time because I just thought she was amazing. I picked up on that, and I think we both kind of said it a lot, and then that was kind of it.
Just went with it. So awesome. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me that when you were here?
When I was here, what do you mean?
I would have kept it going.
Oh shit.
Beep.
Lucille and I are literally not afraid of being the dorks, of being over enthusiastic to get other people involved. So we're pretty happy to make ourselves look bad for others. It's no
dork.
worries.
Another great quality of Jacinta Kennedy. So you have, again, according to Wikipedia, and I did message you and confirm with this stuff.
Yes.
You have won 3 WNBL championships over the years of your playing career.
Yeah.
You received the grand final MVP in 2005.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite championship, or are they all equally as good?
That's a really good question, and I have to cast my mind back quite a way.
Yes.
But the championship with Canberra was super duper special because Lucille was my teammate, and that was my first year out of the institute. So that was pretty amazing. I was going to say pretty awesome, but I stopped myself. That was brilliant. All the family were there. It was fantastic. But then again, the championships here were sensational too. I mean, I've played a lot of years with Dan and being a big part of the group those 2 years and playing a big role in the team, that was fantastic. And the girls, I mean, all the teams, you build chemistry, but special groups. Really special groups.
And I guess playing with Lucille would have been incredible, or in your case awesome. Do you consider her a big mentor, or she helped you a lot?
Absolutely. She was my introduction to the sport, having to go around and watch her. We're 2 of 7 kids in our family, but I was always at her games, always on the sidelines, and she helped me enormously. Always has and always does and always will. So.
That's lovely to hear. I hope she watches this. So your photo is up in the hallway of Dandenong Stadium, so if anyone hasn't seen it, As you walk into court 1, down the hallway to your left, just on the right.
Is that me?
That is you.
You can see out my nose, but that's about it.
Do you want to just show everyone what the actual pose is?
So you can kind of see, my chin and nose, yeah.
Anyway, so having your poster up, I consider you a legend in that way.
Thanks, yeah.
Do you think you're a pretty good player to the point that we should name Court 1 the Jacinta Kennedy Knee Hamilton Showtime Court?
No, I do not.
No?
No. God, no. I think that's a really fitting poster of me, the obscured face in the hallway. That suits me down to the ground. I'm happy with that.
Uncoordinated.
Yeah.
So who would you name Court 12 after? Obviously meaning the 12th best ranger.
Oh my gosh. Court 12. Let me think. I need to have a good one for this. Me.
Oh!
Yeah, name it after me. I don't get court 1, I get the hallway, and I can have court 12. I'll go with that.
Are there any memories that stick out for you with your time playing for the Rangers?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the championships, of course. I remember a road trip in Perth where we were in a convoy, the 2 vans pulling up at the lights together, and we convinced our assistant coach, Ed, that it would just be funny. He took his shirt off and the car, like the other teammates pulled up beside and he was just casually like, oh yeah, get out with no shirt on. So he did that for us and that was a classic. And then I think people were running laps around cars at every car light, which at every traffic light, which was great. But you know what, no memory stands out, just the girls, just the team environment and the camaraderie that we had and working for each other. I know I heard Laurie say earlier during the training, make us better. And that's what it was all about, you know, working for one another and supporting each other. And that's the enduring memory for me. So.
And isn't it interesting that just being a part of a team, your memories aren't about winning or losing. They are, it's just all about...
it's relationships, absolutely,
Who was your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponent? I know that at training, Emily McInerney, but Ali Douglas I would match up on a lot and you'd be bruised after you matched up with Ali. As far as opponents from other teams, all the 4 or 5 men who I came up against, it was always a battle. That's the beauty of the WNBL, it's so physical, so fast paced, and it's always a hard slog in the key, whoever you come up against. But
if you weren't playing basketball, what would you be doing through your teens, 20s and 30s?
Oh gosh, if I wasn't playing basketball, probably a lot more travel, but travel on my own terms, I think. I feel like I've travelled a lot but seen a lot of hotels and basketball courts, but I'm getting there. Exactly. So a lot more travel. Finally, achieving my teaching dream, which I reckon I probably would have done a bit earlier had I not played basketball, but I mean team sport of some description. I definitely would have found my way into that. Without a doubt.
Lovely. So off topic here. You're married to Josh Kennedy. Socceroos legend. He obviously was the Jesus on the team, if you guys haven't seen him back in the playing days. Do you find Jesus attractive?
My Jesus, yes I do. He's not rocking the long hair anymore, so that's...
definitely. I've seen the trim. But is he going for Movember at the moment?
He actually, yes, he did, but he generally is... I don't want to say he's too lazy to clean shave every day, but yes, he generally, has
Maybe
that
we'll
look.
pop a photo up of him during this segment. Sticking with the family of 3 beautiful children, Jada, Iz and Lockie.
Yes.
Who's your favourite and why?
You know what? Josh and I have this conversation often. We do not have favourites in our house, Sarah.
But you do have this conversation, so you are raising awareness.
That is my stance and I am sticking with it. No favourites. They're all beautiful in their own way and very challenging in their own ways.
So if I was one of your daughters, it would probably be me. I'm just throwing it out there. No,
that goes without saying.
Of course, understandable. Out of all the 3 kids, who will be the aspiring basketballer?
That's a good question. And again, I'm going to stay on the fence, all 3 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does Josh think about this?
Yeah, he is on board with all of it. He would hope, well, I know he's trying to push Lockie, not push Lockie into soccer, but he's encouraging that pathway. But they all love their basketball. Jada is enormously tall for her age and is making waves. Isabel's a little defensive terrier. She's covering the basket for all of her teams, and Lockie thinks he's in the NBA.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. So they're all hoping to follow that path, I think. Yeah.
Back to some seriousness.
Sure.
Is Larissa a better player or coach? She's both played and been coached by her.
Yeah. You know what? I've just got to stay on the fence. She was a great player. Short corner. Great. She's amazing. All rounder. Yeah, both. Coaching, she's fantastic. She cares for her players. She ticks, crosses the T's and dots the I's. She's all over every aspect of the team and has the welfare of girls and their best interests at heart always. As a player, we played against each other. She was a great shooter. Frustrating to play against. So good at both. Sorry, I'm not giving you anything juicy.
Damn it, I was waiting for that, the juicy goss. So you obviously played for the Jayco Rangers for about 30 years. What did you love about the club that made you stay here? Even though I know you went to Canberra for a little bit, but...
Yes, I started my WNBL career with Dandenong, and I think I played, 4 or 5 games before I went to the Institute of Sport on scholarship. Mark Wright was the coach back then, and I'd been with Mark through junior, state programs, 16s and 18s, and playing for a coach like that, there was a no-brainer coming up to Dandenong, and the opportunities he gave us were incredible. And then I played for Canberra, moved overseas with Josh for a little while and played professionally in Germany, and then coming back to Dandenong again, close to home. The club itself, looks after its players, cares for its players. It's a community-based program. Things have changed a little bit recently. I'm seeing the level of professionalism is certainly on the up, which is fantastic to see.
We get great banners like this one.
The banners, the beautiful banners, yes, which I love. Yes, So it's got a lot of amazing aspects about it.
And lastly, so you've made it through so far. Well done.
Thank you.
Lastly, what's some advice to, I guess, myself and anyone else playing on keeping longevity in this sport, but also keeping that high standards of professionalism as well, both mentally and physically? Longevity. For me, it's about balance. So work-life balance and making sure that, basketball is a massive part of your lives, but you've got to make sure you've got, I always studied throughout my career, making sure, you're ticking all the boxes, I suppose. You're balancing what you do on the court, but you've got interests outside of it. You're still giving time to family and friends. You're still having fun. We were talking about yoga before. Making sure you've your wellness, you look after your mental well-being and all of that by just balancing your commitments. Making time for yourself, keeping interests outside of the sport. Just making sure you're not solely focused on basketball. Absolutely. Other things to do. I think that's absolutely healthy and necessary. And also, you guys know all of this, the recovery stuff, the nutrition stuff, it all adds up, that's for sure. And the older you get, you realise how important the stretching, the ice baths, all of that stuff, it goes a long way. It really does, doesn't it? Sino, I'd just like to say thank you so much for being my very first guest in what I know will be a very, very great series of interviews to come, won't it, Tom, behind the camera? Thank you. It's been lovely to have you. Obviously, you know that you're my biggest inspiration. That's why I chose you as my first person. But no, I appreciate you coming in and helping out and giving some advice to our players out there. And again, you are honestly my favourite player I've ever played with. And I adore you, and I hope that one day I can turn out to be just like Jacinta Hamilton. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you.